Today is Thursday, Parashat Vayeshev. The brothers of Yosef, Pasuk says, Vayikahu, and they took him, Vayashlichu oto habora, and they took him, they cast him into a pit. Ve'aborek en bomayim, and the pit was empty, there was no water in it. So, questions is asked, of course, if the pit, if that well was empty, there was water, no water in it, why does the Torah need to tell us that there was no water in the pit that they threw him in? If he told me that it's empty, I would understand that there's no water in it. And Rashi explains, the fact that it says that the pit was empty, don't I know that there's no water in it? Why does it say there is no water in it? Ma'im enbo, there is no water in it. Aval nehashim ve'akrabim yeshbo. But there were snakes, and nevertheless, even though there was no water, there were snakes and scorpions in it. And of course, that would be a dangerous pit, but thank God Yosef HaTzadik was protected. But on this pasuk, our sages explain it on another level. Mayim, water, is actually a symbol for the Torah. Many places we say, Tizal katal imrati, my words be like dew, like water that comes. References to the water as a symbol for the Torah. Just like the water brings life to the world, also the Torah is a source of life. So water is symbolic of Torah. Also, water always flows to the lowest point. That way also Torah flows to those who are humble. There are many reasons why water is a symbol for the Torah. So the Torah, as water, when we say that the bor, rek, and bomayim, that the pit was empty, there was no water in it. You could say also bor is also a similar word to a bur. Bur ve'am aretz is in ignoramus, somebody who has no, like a bor even in English. Such a person that has no Torah in him. If a person has no Torah in him, he has no connection with Torah and mitzvot, he's vulnerable to have sort of quote unquote symbolically snakes and scorpions. And we see that sometimes young people who are not involved in learning Torah, who don't have like that kind of Torah inspiration, it leaves them exposed to be influenced and get involved in mischief and all sorts of trouble. And it's not, in other words, the person is not left just as a vacuum. You cannot say, okay, so there is no Torah, so it's par. The person is just plain. No. If there is no Torah, if there is no Mayim, then it's an occasion, it's like almost an invitation for other things to come in, such as snakes and scorpions, trouble and all sorts of things that we see sometimes teenagers or even adults get involved in. When they don't have the guidance and the values of the Torah, it leaves them exposed to be affected by what would be described symbolically as snakes and scorpions, which means all sort of bad behavior, mischief, trouble, or addictions, etc. When a person is involved in learning Torah, and that inspiration sort of protects him, just like water brings life to the world and nourishes the world, also that Torah protects him and nourishes him with the right values, not to get in trouble, that would be compared to scorpions and snakes. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.